To get an app that's not already on the iPad, you're going to click on the Manager app. When that comes up, you're going to select Self-Service on the bottom. Let's try this again. Might be my internet. There we go. And then you can search the app by name. So you're going to type in Puppet, and it shows up here, but it's called Puppet EDU. It's this one with the blue background with the bunny. And then you're going to push this button right here, and it'll send it to, sent to the device. So then you can hit the home button and go out. And it's already on my iPad, so yours, if it's not already on the iPad, you'll have to wait for it to load. But mine is already on here, so that's why it doesn't need time to load. So I'm going to click into Puppet EDU. To create a new read aloud, I'm going to just select Create New. And then prior to going into the app, you're going to want to take pictures of the pages of the book that you're going to be doing. So I took a few pages of the Abraham Lincoln book prior to going into the app. And so then what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to select the pages that you want. Oh, those last two got a little blurry. And then they'll put them into here, and then you can click on reorder and put them in the order that you would like them to be in. So obviously the title page would be first, and then the table of contents. I might also include a better picture, of course, of the glossary at the beginning and just going over those words, and then start my pages. And then if there's a timeline at the end of the book, to also include that. Okay, once you have them in the order that you like them in, you can click Next. And then it says, would like to access the microphone. Please provide access. So you want to say okay, so it can hear you recording. And then what you're going to do is you don't need to add any text or music on the side at all. This should be fine. So no text or music. And then what you'll do is you'll just hit the start button, and it will start recording you. So there we go. It'll start recording, and then you'll just say Abraham Lincoln by Will Mara, published by Scholastic. And then you'll hit pause, and then you'll hit the arrow to go to the next page. You always want to make sure you pause in between the pages. And then you can just say, like, this is the table of contents. The table of contents tells us which sections of the book we can find particular information in. Take a few minutes to read the sections. So then I paused it, so that way kids, when they're reading or they're listening, they can take a few minutes, whatever, go through and read the glossary or table of contents. Okay. And then you're going to click, again, the next arrow. Obviously, this is a terrible picture, so I would retake this one. But this was the glossary, so you might just like go through, say glossary, and then go through the different words. I don't know that it's necessary to go through all of the definitions, but maybe encourage kids to pause the video so that they can read through the definitions. And then you'll continue on to the next page. Again, before reading the page, I want to make sure, as part of our nonfiction reading process, that we point out text features. So the caption, the title, the picture. So here's an example of what that might sound like. Meet Abraham Lincoln. Look at the text feature. It's a caption. It says, Abe grew his famous beard after he was elected president. Look at the picture. There's a picture of Abe Lincoln and his beard. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president of the United States. Okay, and then you'd continue, obviously, reading that page. You can click the zoom out button up on top too, the little magnifying glass. Notice some of my page got cut off. I just realized that. So you can push zoom out, and then it will actually give you the whole page. I didn't even look to see. I guess you might have to do that on all of these if they are kind of. Okay, so it's kind of the same thing. Zoom out. On this one, make sure that you draw attention again to the map and the map key and the caption prior to reading the page. Okay, and then again, I'm going to zoom out. Again, draw attention to the picture of the log cabin, the fast fact, the caption, and then go ahead and read the page. This is the process we take kids through when they're reading nonfiction so that they're making sure they're reading all of the parts of the page. Again, zoom out, drawing attention to the picture, the heading, the fast fact, and then reading the page. Terrible picture of a timeline, but you could take kids through the timeline with your voice. And then once you're all done, you're going to hit save. Okay. And then if you're you should maybe be connected, but you can either let's see, connect it to Seesaw. You'll click the check mark. Oh, press and hold. Okay. And then open. Hopefully you're connected to Seesaw. You could, for now, just post it to the sample student. That way we can get the QR code and then hit the green check mark. And that way whoever's account you're logged into, we will see that there is a... We will see that there is... I'm sorry. We will see that there is a... I don't know where it went. It should be on here, though. Needing permission to be approved somewhere in all of these. But don't worry about that part. I think if you just post it to Seesaw to the sample student, we will be able to... Oh, there it is. We will be able, as teachers, to create the QR code from there. So that should work. I want to go back because I want to show you one more thing that I forgot to show you in Puppet EDU. If you're working on this... Let's see. Can I edit? Copy and re-record. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to pretend I recorded Abraham Lincoln, blah, 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 and then my phone rings like it did before, and I want to re-record. So I can pause. I can undo just the recording that was on that page. So it says anything you've recorded on this page will be lost. So even if you've recorded on the first page, and the table of contents, and the glossary, and you make a mistake on this page, Abraham Lincoln, and then, see, my phone buzzed again. And I don't want that in the background. So then I can hit pause, and I can undo, and it will only, goodness gracious, it will only undo what's on this page. It won't undo anything you've previously recorded. I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, this is Stephanie, by the way. I've used this app before to make the nonfiction books. So if you have any questions, just let me know, or one of the other third grade teachers could help